dead, like this is a lost cause, especially because they're fat. Oh, there you go. You need to back up your units. Try to save them. Oh, there we go. That's kiting. Yes! Ha-ha! And unfortunately, though, this base isn't going to be doing so hot. With great kiting, he'll be able to take out probably 4. I mean, especially with the 2 weak ones, he'll probably take 4 more out pretty well. Jeez. Needs to. He's warping in more. He can do that. I think he can do this now. Focus firing. If he focus fires here, he could do this. But I'm sure he's got more units up here. He needs to keep them together in these early engagements. Focus fire, you fool! Ah, yes. Now you're focusing. Use the focus, Luke. Uh-oh. Zerglings, get your back against the wall. This one right here is one of those times where backing up is something. Of course, you can't do that. So just get your back to a wall. Or if he had a few extra seconds in there, he could have gotten, you know, right here, and that would have been ideal. Unfortunately, this expo is probably going to go down. Good job hitting the pylon first. I'm sure a lot of the Alexander is like a 1600 point bronze. Robo Bay going down, along with the Stargate. Aha! I was gonna say, you could hear me like Stargate. Chrono boost. Don't forget to use that. Also, don't forget your hotkeys. Oh, the Zerg's got lots of hotkeys. Yes, ToJo, make sure you're embracing the hotkey power. It's very nice to have your army under control. When I post this on your thread, because I told you I would, I'll make sure to write down what mine are. And although I would suggest getting used to something like that, I wouldn't suggest taking them 100% without thinking it through first. Because, you know, I'm sure you're different than me. You probably have a preference for what you like. I mean, personally, I put Nexus on 5, so... Overlord speed's like... Lots of tech becoming available here. Zerg player made a few mistakes. He's getting too much gas, which I would probably do this as well, honestly. He's getting too much gas here. He also has lair without getting lair tech, which is very important. You need to try to embrace the tech that you have. I mean, if we all fought with Zergling zealots and marines, then it would just be boring craft. ToJo's big failure, his expansion's going down well. He's doing the thing I already explained once, so I won't say it again. He's getting the pylons down first, expanding this kind of power highway, which I enjoy. Having probes, honestly, at these 2 locations could be very effective. Zerg are lucky in that they get little Zerglings that are cheap as crap. That expression actually made some sense. Going every tech path, getting Void Riz, and nothing. Oh, there you are. You thought I wouldn't see you. Lots of Zerglings. Appropriate counter. Luckily for ToJo, he's got a good amount of zealots and the medium-sized army he has here, along with force fields, if he does use them well, which, honestly, like I said, I never would. If he uses that well, it'll make the difference. Here's the Void Ray. As I said earlier, he'll be using Void Rays. Void Rays are pretty cool still, although they will not be effective as much here. Currently, this army could really benefit from the force fields, or the Zerglings could just sit there and make me explode in my pants. Oh, here they go. I don't know. I think if they had +1 armor to survive the zealots, they probably could have engaged that, and then probably needed a little bit more. This plus this plus this. No, this. This plus this plus this would equal no more this. Now ToJo here is doing a good job. Getting every tech isn't the best choice. Getting a Robo Bay for a single observer isn't bad because observers are so good. Getting a Twilight Council not using it is bad though. But he's teched up to tier 2 units while his opponent has stayed in the magical land of tier 1. He's getting a Spire, kind of late. Kind of late at 20 minutes in the game. But he's also set down some Spore Crawlers. Best answer at this time would be to just get Hydralisks very quickly. I mean, of course the Zerg doesn't know this, but he could sacrifice an Overlord to know this. He's kind of dedicated to the Stargate pathway, and getting Hydralisks is the perfect counter to that. Oh, hello, Mr. Zergling. Okay. Did they just... Never mind. I think they just blew up that stalker. Poor stalker. He's like, I'm gonna see you when you're in the bathtub. The boy was like, no way. Do you remember the time I was like, goodbye? And you were like, no way. Oh, Zergies. No, and Zerg players, make sure you only got one Zergling. You don't need 3. That's just 50 minerals that are 50 minerals and a larva down the tube. I haven't even used this yet. Let's look at the units lost, because I want to. Aha, I remember the hotkey. Blue is very far behind. Probably for losing the expansion, all those probes. His composition, his not macro fail is better. There we go. His not macro fail is much better here, as I often say. His armies are on even terms, even though at this time they could be. Let's look at APM for no reason. Red's APM is much better than mine. Overlord hunting. Yes, look at that. Those Void Rays are taking out the roaches. It actually means something. I didn't even notice this engagement. Without the Void Rays, if those had been 4 Phoenix, then this army would be in a lot of trouble. Ooh, but with 4 Phoenix, these Mutalisks would be worthless. And so we've learned an important lesson here, my Zerg friends. Mutalisks, no. Hydralisks, yes. At least when it's like this. GG, Alexander's left the game. And then, of course, my good friend ToJo goes on a little sick killing spree. Anyway, guys, that's it for Raven Wolf StarCraft 2. I need your help with something, so if you just sit tight for 1 second. I'd like to change my URL to something other than Wolf StarCraft 2. So if you know how to do that for YouTube, please send me a message to my inbox. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time.